Hello and welcome to the Promptsmith's Almanac. My name is Josh and we are going to work today on writing a song about meeting someone at an airport that makes you forget that you want to travel for the holidays. So this is going to be a holiday love song about meeting someone in transit, basically. I know a lot of people are traveling for the holidays and it's the holiday season. So I thought it'd be an interesting scenario to create and have be the center of a song. So here is the prompt. You are a seasoned songwriter and music producer who specializes in making pop hits. Write lyrics for a song about a stressed traveler falling in love during a chance encounter at the airport. Incorporate as many hooks as possible and capture the yearning this person feels in wanting to stay at the airport over their chaotic travel plans. So ChatGPT gave me a working title of Gate 29, and it's some interesting verses that really actually do provide some pretty cool, accurate visuals that I would imagine for this sort of scenario. I'm sprinting through security, shoes in hand is how the song opens with verse 1. Late flight, wrong gate, yeah, it's all in the plan. Coffee on my hoodie, boarding group's a mess. I'm living in a layover level of stress. So we got some good alliteration there. ChatGPT's upping its game in terms of the poetic technique. We just need to condense a lot of this. So that's what I went ahead and did. The pre-chorus is fairly long. So in making a lot of hooks for this song, ChatGPT took the approach of, all right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna give a pre-chorus, a chorus. We're gonna give a post-chorus hook, also have a bridge, another breakdown hook, and a final post-chorus tag, which is essentially another post-chorus breakdown. So it's trying to offer as many hooks as possible. The problem is, I don't think they're quite the hooks I want. So again, when I'm working in ChatGPT, the great thing about it is it keeps me on task. It keeps me focused on the scene or the setting or the scenario of the song at hand, because I have a really bad habit of getting really into poetic technique and being a bit too surreal or abstract at times. So by having a structure and a concrete image in place and a story of sorts, I'm able to circumvent a lot of those issues, which is really nice and saves me a ton of time and helps me stay focused, which as a songwriter, as a writer in general, is often my biggest obstacle. So we have all of that. Again, what I do first is I copy and paste everything ChatGPT gives me into a Google Doc. And that's what I did here. And then I rewrote the whole thing. And when I say the whole thing, I mean the whole thing. We start with, I wanted a really punchy kind of short opener that gets the attention. So it now opens with my rewrite, TSA on my ASS. Simple, concrete, memorable. Now I did borrow and rework one line from this, and there's usually one or two lines in a ChatGPT lyric that I will take and be like, okay, it's not perfect as it is, but it's like 80% there. And so I run with it. So it had in verse 1, late flight, wrong gate, and I said flight late, wrong gate because I liked that little rhyme scheme a bit better. So I have flight late, wrong gate, holidays all a mess, every second that I wait ups my level of stress, unless, and that leads us into the pre-chorus, which gives us our first little mini hook, I would say, our hooklet. Babe, you caught my breath, fastball to the chest, bona fide asset, and I need to invest. So let's just rest. And because I'm writing these songs, I don't want a hook from a pre-chorus to necessarily overshadow the actual chorus. Now, you'll notice when I show you the finished track here that the post-chorus hook actually competes with the chorus for memorability, but I'm okay with that because I think they're both pretty much equally strong hooks. But I've made songs in Suno in the past where Suno has picked up on the pre-chorus much more than the chorus, which wasn't fully what I intended. Does it usually work out for the best? Yeah, but I have the lyrics in the chorus be the lyrics in the chorus for a reason. We have that pre-chorus. If you've watched this channel, I'm a sucker for a simple chorus. The simpler, the better. So the chorus is take off, don't ever want to take off, give anything to take off for the holidays, just me and you on holiday. I don't want to board, I don't want to fly, I just want to anchor myself in your eyes. So it's a nice bit of romance, a nice romantic image that you have there that you're left with in the chorus. And the song title is, of course, Take Off, rather than Gate 29, which is a bit more abstract than I'm used to from ChatGPT, frankly. Take Off. I mean, what I love about Take Off as a song title is essentially this person wants to take off from going home for the holidays and wants to stay in the airport with this new love interest. So this is a really compelling chance encounter for these two characters. There's more incorporated later on as wordplay with Takeoff, so you'll see that as well. So then we get to the post-chorus hook, which is eyes, I love those eyes. If you take off that shirt, I might sigh. Eyes, I want those eyes staring straight through my soul every night. We have the takeoff image again, but in a completely different context, in removing articles of clothing, of course, as this is a chance romantic encounter. We get to the second verse, and it's a very similar setup and rhyme scheme to verse 1 here. We have making you laugh is my new favorite thing, want to dance with you and make you sing. You know I'll be your Chandler Bing. Always got to incorporate a pop culture reference if I can, if it's a pop song. This isn't just a casual fling. Yeah, I'm thinking of rings, I confess. I like the internal rhyme there, thinking of rings. Anytime you can get a bit more mileage out of your rhyme schemes internally, you make your song a bit more memorable, and I really like doing that. Now, another way to get great mileage out of your song lyrics is to just change up one or two words. I've said this, in other videos, but if we're looking at the pre-chorus here, the very first pre-chorus starts, babe, you caught my breath. The second pre-chorus starts, cause you caught my breath, okay, leading in from the I confess in the chorus. The second line of pre-chorus 1, fastball to the chest. Second line of pre-chorus 2, curveball to the chest. So we got different pitches and different ways in which this love interest is engaging the person who is writing this song, our hero, our main character. So I like that as, just a nice way to just add layers and depth to your songs, because I'm not much of a painter, but I see songwriting in a similar way as doing some kind of a painting or some kind of a sketch, where you have the outline and the broader strokes, and then you get in and you do the detail work. And that's what a lot of the fun for me is adding those little bits. Like, again, we get the third line of the pre-chorus, bona fide asset and I need to invest. That's pre-chorus 1. Pre-chorus 2 is, yeah, you're a bona fide asset and I need to invest. Doesn't sound like much of a change, but to the listener, it's going to make the song more engaging to listen to. We change the so let's just rest and to so let's digest, and any chance we can just do a little bit extra to tweak it, I think is good. And then sometimes what I'll do, and I do this in the chorus here the second time, add some little harmonizations, vocalizations, and parentheticals. Suno will not always pick up on all of them. Now, it's kind of touch and go at times, but a lot of the time it will, and it'll get the hint that, yeah, this is supposed to be a harmonization, an extra vocal, and it'll throw that into the mix, and it sounds pretty cool a lot of times. So that's what I did here. I did that for this chorus, take off, oh no, give anything to take off for the holidays, off for the holidays, just me and you on holiday, I don't want to board, I don't want to fly, I just want to anchor myself in your eyes. One thing I didn't do for the I just want to anchor myself in your eyes line, I didn't make any alterations to that. And that was deliberate, because that line is essentially the look, that the image of the song here is this person, this hero is locked into this love interest and anchored literally into this person's eyes. Like, they don't want to look away. So if I were to play around with the wording in that, it would take away even just a little bit from the strength of that image and the memorability of that image. So knowing that, I left that one alone. All right, then we got a bridge here. What if we let those airplanes fly away? What if we booked ourselves a one-night stay? So this is the very first time that our hero here is asking some questions and is taking that next step, like, hey, what if? What if we actually, indulge this? What if we take this a step further? What if we go another day? And then offering the need. I need your face, that perfect frame. So the ask is now out there. And then we get the breakdown hook. Take it off for me, yeah. And you can really look at it a few ways if you want to. You can look at it as this is this hero protagonist fantasy, or you can look at it as like, hey, maybe they're actually there. Maybe they actually did book themselves a one-night stay, and this is this romantic getaway that we're participating in through listening to the song. There's a lot of different, nuances, ways you can look at it. Those are just a few, but I like having that open-endedness to it. And then we get back to the chorus again, the final chorus, and we get some more parentheticals here. Take off, oh yeah. Don't ever want to take off, I don't, baby. Give anything to, and then the rest, staying consistent. Then we get the final post-chorus hook, where we have eyes, I love those eyes. If you take off that skirt, I might cry. So earlier, the post-chorus hook for the first one was, if you take off that shirt, I might sigh. Okay, so then we up the ante here with the other post-chorus hook. If you take off that skirt, I might cry. Eyes, I want those eyes staring straight through my soul here tonight. And that sets us in the here and now again, where, again, we're either in this moment with these characters, or we are part of our hero's imagination. And does he get there? Maybe, maybe not. That's in the ear of the listener, eye of the beholder. So that's what we got. Took about 30-ish minutes to draft the lyrics, which is typical. Usually it takes about 30 minutes to do all the edits. Usually the pre-chorus and the verses take the longest. For whatever reason, I have a hard time with the pre-chorus. I think because of the time or two that Suno has been like, I'm just going to latch onto this and give it a better hook than the chorus itself. I'm not super into when it does that, so I want to make sure I get it right. This is intended to be a pop song. So, as our GPT prompt mentioned, seasoned songwriter, music producer specializing in making pop hits. So I expect a catchy pop track from these lyrics. Stressed Traveler, Falling in Love, we got that. Chance Encounter, very much there. As many hooks as possible. I feel good about the amount of hooks there are, and the yearning as well. I feel good about that. There's definitely yearning. I had a professor in college when I took fiction technique who would always go on about, is there yearning? There's got to be yearning. Is there yearning? Well, there's yearning. There's definitely yearning. So in Suno, next part of the process, copy and pasting the lyrics there. I like to clean them up. Just, it looks, for whatever reason, when it's Google Doc to Suno, it's like a clump of text, and I like to break it up by section. So once I do that, then I go into the styles, and for this, I put pop first, then dance pop, sexy, up-tempo, synths, smooth, bright, romantic, dreamy, and confident. So I want all of those notes to hit. I feel like they did. Suno always gives you two versions of every song. In my experience, they try to have it both ways. So they'll do one that's a bit weirder and bolder and more experimental. And then they'll do one that's more of a straight pop track. And it's almost like 50-50, which is going to pay off better. In this case, it was the straight pop version. So that's what I'm going to play for you. 3 minutes, 3 seconds long. For the advanced options, I said no metal, rock, rap, hip hop, R&B, or punk. So those genres out of the picture. Vocal gender, male. I wrote it as a male protagonist. I've written songs for female protagonists. I think if you are a songwriter or a writer in general, it would behoove you to be willing and able to write from both perspectives. And honestly, men and women have a lot more similarities, I think, than society would like to speak to. You really just have to shift your perspective a little bit. And, other than that, like, honestly, when I write a lot of songs, I try very hard to make them like gender neutral songs that anyone could sing. And honestly, could a woman sing this? Of course. I mean, why not? But I imagined a male protagonist when the prompt and the original ChatGPT lyrics came through. And so, for the vast majority of people who read these lyrics, are going to say, oh, taking off the shirt, want to be your Chandler Bing, taking off the skirt, but those are really the only lines. And if I had wanted to take the time to make it more universal, gender neutral, I certainly could have. I wanted those details in this track in particular. As I mentioned, please learn to write in both, practice writing in both. The world needs more people who can write in both, whether you use a pseudonym or not. I think one of my recent videos was actually Your Space, where I had a female protagonist, and I thought I was very satisfied with that one. So without further ado, only other thing I'll mention, Suno gives you weirdness and style influence percentages. I upped the weirdness to 65. I found that the sweet spot for Suno tends to be from about 50 to 70%. Anything above that, and musically it just gets too weird. I tried to do a song at 80%, or maybe it was 85, and essentially it was just unintelligible. It was like Beatles Revolution number 9, and so I dialed that back quite a bit. The style influence, the sweet spot, I think is like probably around 50 to 60. I put this one at 62 just to ensure that we got that pop vibe, and then I titled it as Take Off. So now, without further ado, let's listen.
On my ASS, flight late, wrong gate, holidays all a mess. Every second that I wait ups my level of stress. Unless, baby, you caught my breath. Fastball to the chest, bonafide asset, and I need to invest. So let's just rest and take off, take off. Don't ever wanna take off. Give anything to take off for the holidays. Just me and you on holiday. I don't wanna board, I don't wanna fly. I just wanna anchor myself in your eyes. I love those eyes. If you take off that shirt and my tie, making you laugh is my new favorite thing. Wanna dance with you and make you sing. Girl, you know I'll be ashamed to bang. This isn't just a casual fling, yeah. I'm thinking of rings. I confess. Cause you caught my breath, curl to the chest. Yeah, you're a bona fide asset, and I need to invest. So let's digest and take off, take off. Don't ever wanna take off. Airplanes fly away. What if we book ourselves a one-night stay? Just one more day, another day. I need your face, that perfect frame. Take off, take it off on me, yeah. Take off, this love's unleashed, yeah. Take off, keep holding me, yeah. Take off, take off, take off, take off. Take off, take off, oh yeah.
All right, so pretty satisfied with that. I mean, it actually reminds me of like, oh gosh, like a Shakira track or like an Enrique Iglesias kind of vibe musically, in terms of the BPM, in terms of some of the instrumentals, the pacing, even some of the storytelling. I think there's a good vibe there to the track. Satisfied with the lyrics, the storytelling, and it's nice when you have a song that has two hooks that really can genuinely compete with each other and ultimately lift each other up. Because the takeoff part I think is great, and I also think like the serenity of the being lost in the eyes with that post-chorus breakdown, I think both really play off of each other quite well. So I'm very satisfied with that. The longer version, usually what I'll do is I'll keep the one that I like, and then I'll delete the other one. The longer version was overlong and was definitely more on the experimental side. It leaned into the weirdness a bit more. Didn't quite work and wasn't quite what I envisioned, but fortunately this shorter version just got it. And if I were to make any edits to it, I would maybe tweak some of the vocals with the lyrics. Some of the bridge was a little hard to hear at times, especially when it kind of opens. But other than that, pretty satisfied with it. If you like what you're seeing, do hit that subscribe button, like and share as well. Feel free to leave a comment if you have thoughts or insights on what I should tackle next, musically, lyrically, artistically, creatively. Looking forward to hearing from you. Thank you all for your support and enjoy the holiday season. Thanks so much for watching.